here we are. Here we are, back in our favorite place, our sanctuary, our therapeutic spot, our place of worship and praise,
Okay.
our place of laughter and tears and release, all of the things. But we're here. And what other place would we be in for a more fitting situation? We come in here, we vent, we talk about all our shit, we get a workout in, which is helping us to get through our shit. And I think it's a good idea to bring some light to the highlight of what working out and fitness and having a space like this provides for you mentally and emotionally and physically more than anything. Everybody's got a space, you know. Yep. People go and pay people good money to have a space to talk, to release, to
be in the element,
yeah, whatever
others, and
people have their barbershops. They go talk to their barber and vent. People have their beauty salons. They go get their hair done. People go to the spas and get their massages and get their treatments, and that's their time of release. And for some of us, mainly us, because we're going to talk about us today.
Well, how many times you've been in a space where, you training and people venting or
lashing? That's every time.
Venting and
every time. So we kind of know the power of, gym talk.
Absolutely.
Which brings us to where we are today. Hey, it's time for some gym talk. 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 Hey, with my bitch. That's not the intro.
You guys.
You gotta actually get somebody to record that.
That was cute.
Okay, so we would like to introduce to the people, Gym Talk Podcast, coming to you live from your favorite fitness team, Ebony and Ivory.
Okay. Okay.
In real life, my name is Kim, also known as Miss Kitten. Big part, not the little one.
Okay.
This is my lovely co-host. Won't you go ahead and
Tiara and Tiara. That's all you know.
Reds, Stank, Big Booty Judy, the realist. Because there's a lot of fake Judys out here, but they don't get no life on this thing. Or whatever. Anyway, what we decided to do collectively was, inside of the space that we created for our own healing, incorporate conversation. And let me not say incorporate, only because we do that naturally anyway.
Absolutely.
So probably the depth of the conversations that are had in this space is the reason why we were kind of moved to making time to create this podcast.
Yeah.
One is good for us because we talk shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? But as friends, as sisters, as gym partners, accountability partners, we actually have the hard conversations. And I mean the hard conversations like the shit where we don't talk for a couple days after. But we okay. But let me not say that. We always speak. We speak. But we know that little bit of distance. We got to give each other a little
bit of space.
Wiggle room. Recuperate, come back from. But all of that in the process of what we're trying to do in the mission, which is just being better people to ourselves, to each other, to our families. It's part of our healing process. And we do understand it in this stage of life. Hard conversations need to be had. And sometimes it's hard to have hard conversations because time, space, energy, things like that don't permit. So we created a space. We created our own space for our release, for our healing, for our therapy, because we're still in our own healing processes. This life journey is a journey, and it's called a journey for a reason, because we don't know really what the end result is.
I'm about to say what you about.
Sometimes we don't even know what the direction we're going. You know what I mean? I kind of switch up every day. I don't really know all the way what I want to do with my life.
But who's to figure that out?
I want to do a lot of things with my life. So we find ways to get through our process and our journey, and we help each other a lot with that. So why not create Gym Talk Podcast?
Absolutely.
We'll be welcoming other people occasionally. It's going to be people that are close to us, on the same mission, on the same journey, that somehow fitness, physical, mental health, overall health has brought us together. So the people that you will see involved in this are people that have similar missions and similar goals and are doing similar shit. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
With that being said, you got anything that you would like to just say as far as how you feel about the space and what's going on with you personally? Just like what having this type of space does for you when you're going through your shit, or is it helpful? Is it beneficial to have a gym and a place to just
the gym is our playground.
No question.
It's our playground. So when we get in and we lock in and however we move and that whatever feeling we in at the moment. Like it's been some times we've been in this mother and we don't want to be around each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if y'all can even tell them times because we don't even put, just the way that we move about with each other. It's a little different.
Yeah.
However, this space, because if anybody knows, Tiara's a crybaby.
Always.
Okay.
Are you about to cry now?
No.
Oh, because she's too early in the game. You gotta stop. It's my baby birthday. We already been crying,
But this is my space, y'all, and having friends, just me coming back into this area and having this already, filled out, made out, put together, and just building on top of it. Hey, baby, we don't even want to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Let's go to the gym. Let's move.
Whenever. Whatever time.
After drinking.
No,
hear me out.
Membership fees.
No membership.
No weirdos walking around because we like to put our little shit on them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We like to be cute because it makes us feel good.
Absolutely.
It makes us feel good. It's a vibe. You come in here, we put our favorite music on. We look good. We feel good. We produce. You know what I'm saying? Our energy is way better when we feeling better about ourselves.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I think maybe it's fitting to kind of tell people who we are, where we came from, how this happened. And rebirth itself.
Okay, because it was a rebirth.
It was a rebirth. Because I was finna kill this bitch.
It was a rebirth. Oh my God.
I say space, so we let it all hang out. I was kill this little red bitch. Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I love her. I promise you. Anybody say anything ill about this one right here is war. And I'm talking about from India, my family member. So I say what I want. But
for sure.
Anybody outside of that?
She's very overprotective.
We're not gonna play those type games.
She's very
It was one boy's time.
It was a nice split, y'all. And we talking 3 years.
3 years, 3.5 years.
God. 3 years.
Yeah, you made me miss my baby's life. You made me miss so much of Kaylee and CJ. I should really choke you right now.
I missed everybody.
I'm having flashbacks.
No, I done missed every thought of life.
And she's 5 today. I had her here. I had her when she was here. You know what I'm saying? Then I had her here. She's 5 today.
Yeah.
We back. We back how we supposed to be when we're supposed to be.
And didn't miss a beat. That's the crazy part. That's so crazy.
We should talk about our story.
We can talk about
So we're gonna be telling everybody else's story. We should go ahead.
We can talk about our
story.
That's cool.
Okay, so me and this Jean right here, we met back in 2017.
Was it 2016, 17?
One of them, yeah. Because by the time to 2018, we was traveling.
I'm about to say, yeah. So it was
the early 2010s.
Yeah.
We were working at No Medical. Yeah, fuck them people. I wasn't gonna say their name. They don't get no shout outs.
I ain't say where. I just said,
yeah. We were working in pediatrics with the babies, doing our little, baby nursing gigs. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we
loved it.
Enjoy.
We love the children. We love being helpful. We like helping people. We love being in that field.
But wait, let's stop.
The environment, nonetheless.
No, let's stop because I was already working there at the time.
Yes.
And she came in, in that moment, and who's this new face? Okay. I'm like, somebody training you or no? Okay, you come with me.
No, yeah,
literally,
yeah. Because let me tell you, them bitches was hating from the time I walked in that door. There's something about my aura that you're either gonna love or hate when you don't know me. Off that first intro, you even gonna be like, oh yeah, she cool, she good. Be like, or I don't know about this bitch.
And then there's a lot of I don't know.
Yeah, very unsure about me. And I'm not proving shit to a motherfucker. But anyway, neither here nor there. Okay, so I come on in Here she comes. Miss, I hear. You need help? I don't want to show you what I was at. Oh my God. Why would they just put you in? I show you what I'm gonna. I got you, girl. I got you.
Well, you making me sound like I'm real ghetto all the time.
I make you sound like you're real ghetto?
Yeah.
Baby, real ghetto. Look at you. Look how you talking to me. You making me sound like I'm real ghetto. You talking when you talk with your hands?
I do.
That's ghetto.
That's why you see me on my video like this.
Okay, so yeah, here she comes. Polly Patterson.
You need help? Like,
It was cool though, because those are the connections that you know, like when you kind of like find your people.
Yeah.
It's just automatic.
Yep.
So yeah, we had this real toxic work environment where
Very
after
much.
they were so unsure about me coming in, the way we linked up really made them unsure about not me, but now us. And it was funny. Like,
it was.
We worked together, then we started hanging out. Then, you know,
we ended up going out of the country the next year. No, it was like
Can we talk about that country trip and my fucking surprise? Let's talk about that, right? Because when I tell you, like, the most wild shit happens just because of our relationship.
Yeah.
I can't make this shit up. Now, working in a medical facility, right? When you have a particular amount of staff, you know what I mean? You have to, you know, have your leave approved when you decide to plan a trip. And we did this months in advance. We were getting ready to go to the DR. We planned, put our leave in, same dates, everything, right? Leave was approved. No problem.
On both sides.
No problem.
Yeah.
Everything was everything. Now, by this time, things were a little shaky as far as how people were handling me because, you know, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm staying out the way. But I'm also popping my shit because these bitches not gonna play with me. You know what I'm saying? They will try to play with you, but
did it?
And did not. That was not happening. So we planned this trip. We got out the country, baby. We having the time of our lives.
Okay, I'm talking in the water. No. What was it?
Much to my surprise, the job had said fuck me. Okay. So later on, when we got back to our room, right? I get this call. I'm
drunk and all.
I'm talking, this is night. I get a night call.
Yeah.
We was trash.
Yeah. Baby. I think we took a nap after.
No, I think I had to lay down.
We took a nap. Yeah.
Stressed out.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think if it was.
I was definitely out. But so, yeah, we get back to the room. I think we probably getting ready to change for maybe dinner or something, and things were going a certain type of way. We had a great day. Oh, hi, Kim. I'm just calling to regretfully inform you that you have been let go at. I said, I'm sorry, who? How the fuck? This one thing you're fired on your day, but to get fired on vacation where your leave was approved. And I said, so what's the reason behind the termination? At that point, there was really no reasoning. Right. I don't even remember what was said. They couldn't give me nothing. It was something about.
I don't even know.
I don't remember the reason they gave me. And I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Because you said, I remember you was like, because I put in my time and
they approved it. Yeah. So it was some issue. They tried to create an issue. And lo and behold, of course, we found out when we got back that one of the other staff members had mentioned that we were on vacation together, which triggered, you know, the crypt keeper in charge. And I should have put a picture up of her when I say that for the final edit. Anyway, because I don't lie. What I don't do is lie. Anyway, no, she decided that this was unacceptable. That how dare we be, you know, on vacation? Bad enough we were thinking Steve's in the office and they couldn't stomach that.
And the fact that you approved both leaves.
And so that was my argument. I just kept saying, but this doesn't make sense. Whatever issue. So I mean, it got to a point where when I got back and I was going back and forth, they were really trying to make valid the reason for my termination, that because we shouldn't have been together at the same time out. You approved our leave for the same days out. Either here or there, I got the fuck on out of there and I moved on with my life.
Okay, and then still had a beautiful vacation. They thought they were about to knock somebody off to the left.
Great time.
Still had a great time. Thank you. Okay.
Find somebody after you approve their leave because you're such a hater. Anyway. Neither here nor there. That was one of the better things that happened in life because it also pushed me in other directions, and got me stuck out of that one track mind
and that toxic environment.
Yeah, that environment was trash.
Yeah.
Which of course that did not alter our relationship. She was still working there. I was not, and we still kicked it. We still saw each other every day.
She still not even that. You used to come up there on my lunch break.
I did. I used to come get her. We go smoke in the parking lot. And I'm sitting back in there and zooted.
What did I say? Because when I said the environment was toxic,
it was very toxic.
It was very toxic.
It wasn't a fun space. So I'm sorry, I'm squinting because I ain't got my glasses on. You know, I'm blind as the bat. So yeah. Anyway, moving forward from that chapter, then how I'm trying to look because it's not brain fart. It's foggy, but I'm like, okay. We got as children. Then that's what we just more so just scenic. It wasn't. It was just like you were just still working there, and I wasn't. And then I was just going a whole nother direction.
Right.
Yeah. And then it just became more of a personal relationship than a business relationship. Then it just became a family unit.
Yep.
Then the kids, you know, her son and my granddaughter. Oh, let's start there. So there is a age gap between us too. You know what I mean? That a lot of people be like, wait, what? So it's was it 12 years? 11, 12 years.
Okay,
I
please.
12.
Wait.
11, 12. 11 years. Age gap. 12. 12. Okay, don't put me up there.
I'm trying to figure it out too because my mind always going on. I'm like,
so
I had to figure out how old I am.
It's roughly around a 12-year age gap between the two of us.
Everybody like, what?
You know, people, most of the time they don't know, but by the time they realize or they're told, they're just kind of like, what?
Taken back from it.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all that close, you know. Sometimes.
Or, dang, like y'all look like y'all on the same age type of thing.
Because I be trying to take
you myself. You do. Always so there, honey, okay? Always been tea, honey. Dude, what the girls say? What the girls be doing? Is it this?
Ask about me.
Tea.
Ask about me.
Okay. Body been tea.
My been tea. Energy been tea. Over been on my.
Okay. What?
Anyway.
There's that.
That was real ghetto. That was real ghetto. Okay. Moving forward. So now we're, you know, on the best friend sister type vibe, and then our personal lives took a twist. You know what I mean? Personal lives took a mean twist, and you know, at this point in time, sis was going through some things. You know, like
I was going through some.
Yeah, and let's also throw in the fact that throughout all of this, we were in the gym. We started going to the Gold Gym out Bowie. We used to go.
Then we went
to burn that.
We used to
Planet Fitness down Orlando. We was burning all the gyms up.
I'm about to say we was going to the one when they was at the Boulevard too.
Yep. We were going to all the gyms. I think so. I don't. Yeah, we just gonna say because we went to
all the damn gyms.
Whatever. But yeah, we were definitely active then. So this relationship, this gym, this fitness relationship has already been a part of the foundation and kind of the glue, because as we get further into like our story, you'll see how it kind of just came back and how we ended up right here back
in the same
in our same space, you know, better space, our own space. You know, so back to time period where you were going through a lot of life changes and things were like getting really hectic and scary and weird and it was a lot going on, you know, at that time. So I kind of got in like full protective mode, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, nah, this is what we're not gonna do.
Literally my life,
strap up.
And my life it was just that. Like I was just always here. At that point, I was here with it. Like here. Yeah. So
if I let her out my side, something the fuck happened.
It ain't. No,
soon as
literally.
I'm like, wait, what? Okay, God. Okay, I'm on my way. Where are you?
I'm a little part of her anxiety. I really am. I can really sit here and say that because sometimes I be.
I'm glad she's saying this now.
But you know, and I have to take accountability for that because she is, and I have to tell even people that come in my corner, I have to tell them this one. She's very protective of me. That's one thing because.
No lies.
Like she said, out of sight, out of mind, whole different ball game. So it's like you can't take offense of anything because you just know where I've been at and where I am now today to even sit here and talk about it. Food fledged.
Absolutely. But to God be the glory.
That part.
Look where we are.
Thank you.
Look where we've come from. Look what we've overcome. And we're now in this space, talking about it.
Thank you, God.
Laughing about it. Some things ain't laughable, but to be in this space now, thank God, we can laugh in a place of like joyfulness, relief. That like
a healing
process. Girl, we got to do this. That it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So fast forward through that chapter. Well, not even fast forward, because that was also, even though it was a hard time, it definitely made us closer as well, because in relationships and friendships, trust is like everything. People are fake as fuck. In 2025, I wouldn't even want to try to start to find a friend or a relationship, just because
where we are, like
we've been through some shit with people, and once you've been through enough shit with people, you good on the people that you got around you that are your people.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, boy, the wolves, they not just the sheep's clothing no more. They dressed up as your best friends, your cousins, your sisters. I mean, just brothers. The sis, because they throw the sis around like, don't get me started on that. But but when you know your people, you know your people. So that was another phase in our relationship that brought us closer, because I think during that process, and I won't speak for you, but I know it's law. So, you trusted me with your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
go to war.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And vice versa, it was the same thing. So it was that unspoken thing, was understood, don't need to be explained. We know what it is, and we got through that chapter. It was during that time, though, that when things were kind of like sketchy, when you're in these gray areas in life and you're going through so much shit, and there's trauma, and there's family, and there's divide, and there's confusion, and you're still young and trying to figure your own shit out, and you still got to live and be an adult because you have kids
that
and
you're raising,
have people, you have bills, and you have rent, and you have car notes, and you're losing jobs because of the shit that you got going on, and things are happening around you, and life is just like spiraling out of control. It affects your relationships with people, and I think life handed us a curveball where it kind of fucked us up.
But it hurt.
It hurt, because for that moment in time, it felt like the trust between us was broken, and I think that was like the deeper wound. You know what I mean? That we had to kind of heal from, because in our eyes to each other, we were like, even whatever the fuck we go through with anybody else, this will never be us.
Right.
But like I said, life has its twists and turns sometimes, and sometimes shit be so motherfucking deep. You don't know how it's gonna
come up for air.
You just if you're gonna be able to come up for air, you just gotta we all get it once we go through it.
Right.
We get it once we're past it, and we're able to talk about it. In that moment, it was probably one of the most gut-wrenching things, for our divide, because when you saw one like now, you see one of us, you see the other. We wasn't far behind.
No.
Let's be clear on that.
No.
So it was just that one was a blow, and I don't have many to even discuss broken relationship with my people. You know what I mean? So that one hit, because I'm just like, this was my motherfucking bitch.
And what the fuck is going on?
This we should never have been in that space. That. Mm-hmm. It was a low time.
That was I lost the peace. I'm trying to say
it was a low time.
I lost the peace,
but God saw it fit, to bring us back. But during that time of that split, so many things happened in each other's lives. I lost my brother. I know you dealt with losses. Your aunt, you were really close to, what I mean? Like, a lot was going on. Home, we was moving around like shit. Relationships, like, was really then COVID. That's around the time where we were working together and everything.
That's when we split.
That was the second time. Go back. So after the first job, after our little no, this is before we fell out. This is right before we fell out.
Yeah. Because we had a moment where it was like a little shaking moment.
Yeah.
We got past, that wasn't it, but the split for the 3 years literally happened right after COVID. Because I was doing virtual learning.
Because we ended up getting back in the work field together. But see, I had transitioned into a whole different field, right? I had moved from medical to dental, right? And then this is doing like her rough time. So she was like with me. I'm like, shit, I gotta get my girl a motherfucker. Okay. We got, woo. I was in a position now.
Dental.
Now I'm in a position and I got her on board where I was at, right? So now we're working together, we're living together. We with each other every single day. We're trying to figure life out, And what happened? COVID hit. Then we went to we were full-time remote. We were working from home. We were locked in. You had just had baby girl. So that was a whole different thing. Like COVID was a whole different shake.
COVID had me in a different crazy world.
COVID was a whole different shake up,
And I'm talking
being separated, from the people you know and love, and then
the postpartum,
figuring life out.
The mental.
Now we're not in each other's space to feed off each other's energy. So there's other things and other people around, good and bad energies that we're now feeding off of. And then we're moving in different directions.
Yep.
And that, really drove us down a dark hole.
Yeah.
And we fell out. And I'm talking about it was a hard
fall.
It was a hard fall. And we just didn't talk. We didn't say nothing.
Nothing.
People were like, wait a minute. What's going on?
And
nobody knew. We never talked about that shit. We don't, you know what I mean? When you care about people and there's a certain degree of love, between certain people, it ain't for everybody. Everybody knew though, once they didn't see us,
But that was the question that was being asked.
That was definitely the question. What happened?
Where's your friend? Where's your girl? Like,
and showed up. I was like, this bitch playing with me. No, I'm just playing.
Some people, I ain't even get that. People that knew, I'm about to say, people that knew, they knew. However, but it was a hit that it stuck with me.
It was one of them ones.
It was one of them ones.
Bitch, you broke my heart.
My heart was, because I'm about to get it in my feelings again.
I love you.
Love you more. Okay. We'll never be there again. You
ever. I don't know. We always fuck up Slide. Okay, anyway. so we back. And so here we are, back to the split. Time is passing. My babies are growing up. Because see, I was the godmother, right? I decided in my mind I was Kelly's godmother. When nobody's telling me shit. I don't care if she didn't even do godmother. That was my godchild. She carried her, but I was the other mother. Like, CJ was already my little nigga. That was my boy. You know what I mean? He was here. Him and Abel was making tents and and forts with the sheets in the basement and shit. And
asking for bacon, always wanted to eat.
Okay, bacon.
Okay.
All day. That was my baby. So, but thank you for carrying my churn for me. I appreciate it. Because I'm not doing the pregnancy again. Never.
Drop answers all anytime.
Indeed. Haley wants you.
Okay.
Right, bitch. I'm on my way.
Okay. Because she don't want me right now. That's the problem. When she's around or anybody, she don't want me around.
That part.
Yeah, okay.
That part.
You can have it.
So now we are in a space of not speaking, very distant. I used to pop in, look at her little shirt, and I'd be like, man, fuck this.
No, for real, me too, bitch.
Because how she gonna be having a fun life?
You know what I love?
Laughing
but you know what I love that she did? She baby girl, she put some highlights on that story. I be like, she saved her highlights.
And
okay.
That was the point in my life that mattered to me. I don't go through all that, removing pictures.
No, I'm talking about when we separated, and then I was like, oh, I can see what she doing.
I can see what she doing. Oh, you was being nosy.
I was.
I just stopped your shit a little bit too. What the fuck was you even doing with your life? Why would you play with me?
How she over there having fun?
Why she laughing? This bitch went on a trip with somebody. What the fuck is going on? What?
I noticed how you supposed to be in Jamaica, bitch.
Wow.
That was okay.
She did that shit on purpose. That bitch just spiked me. That bitch ain't gonna be there with them drive-up. Oh, God. What the fuck?
Because we would have never did that.
Never did that. I was like, that's cute. But our shit would have been, but okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
As long as she was happy.
Okay.
Bitch.
Time is going. Time going as we sit here clicking.
That part. So now she's moved on, living her fake best life. You know what I'm saying? I moved on. I was giving a fuck about this bitch.
And the crazy part of the one she was moved on ain't no longer existing anymore. So she can't talk about me. Because now we both in the same.
That's a whole nother episode.
Okay.
Baby.
Oh, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we should. And we'll
talk about it.
But what better place? I feel good talking about this shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, okay, where we at? We were at the place of the separation. You living your best fake ass life because you was being fake as fuck.
And then
that was so weird. And then life started happening, and shit got real. And again, I mentioned my brother passed just this last year. We're actually pulling up in another week or so on the anniversary of his death. So June is a tender month. But that's crazy that I didn't even really think about that. The fact that we're doing this now. In the process of, all of this is so crazy, and we're talking about our shit and how we got back together because
and literally that was the glue.
That like she reached out. Like one day I got a call, and this was it was fresh, like maybe a couple weeks. And she hit me, and she was like, "Listen, I don't even know if you want to talk to me right now, but I just need you to know I heard about you and I'm so sorry. Y'all are family to me. Y'all were always good. Like, she knows she was one of the only people that had ever been to my brother's house. Outside of my family, the only person that was, so
that felt, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That
so
just
she knew,
even happened to
she
reach
knew
out
him. And she was just like, I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? We haven't talked for so long, but she was like, if it's anything I can do, I'm here. She was like, I'll pull up. I don't like wherever you need. I'm so sorry. How's mom? Just that thing in that moment.
Yeah.
Everything else the past 3 years. I didn't feel nothing. I was like, young. She was like, we just meet.
We just need to meet.
I was like, absolutely.
We just need to meet.
Absolutely. We met. We met at a bar. We knew drinks was gonna be necessary. We met at a bar, and I'm talking about, I got there early because I needed to prep myself. Yeah. I wanted to make sure when she walked in case I had to be Teflon Don or, Crybaby Lucy. I didn't know which way it was going to go because when you had that type of distance, with somebody you really, really, really cared about, really deep, and you don't know what to expect, but you know that your intentions are good because you know the space that you're in, and the fact that they reached out to you the way that they did when you kind of needed them, the most. Without having to ask. I mean, she found that she saw, she heard. Yeah. And we had each other blocked on social media. You know what I'm saying? So like she found out, you know what I mean? Yeah. And immediately contacted me. And for me, that was just
that shit hurt.
It meant everything because I was so broken, at that time. You don't run around reaching out to people like I just wanted to let you know. Like I had to do that with my family that didn't know that were out of town. And I had to relive, I had to keep doing that so much. It was just like I don't even have my person, you know what I mean, or my people to like. It was so heavy at the time, and just.
And I didn't even know. Like I'm sitting in the car. I had to get myself together. I'm like, I don't even know. Like I had no words.
Yeah.
I knew, but like I said, y'all, I'm a crybaby. So I walk in. I'm walking in, and got my little shit on,
baby.
And I already knew she had her shit on,
baby.
But baby came in, I saw her instantly.
We both. She walked in the door, and I was like,
it was like a relief.
She was like,
oh, you like
when she did this, I just melted. It was over at that point. It was like
the people at the bar was like,
oh my God, are y'all okay? Like. We haven't seen each other in years. This was my heart. Like, it was in that moment, just that release, just that person that, despite what you may have felt over the time that was missing, that wasn't, you know what I mean? Or what was that misunderstanding, none of that shit was there. We immediately reverted back to, I know this bitch know my heart, and I know hers. And in this moment, we couldn't even, it was nothing to express. All we could do was just hold each other and cry.
Yeah.
And that release, it was just like, we sat at the bar and we did like this.
Okay.
And just stared at each other like
we here. Why we at this moment? But it just, it's okay.
You know?
Because I'm glad we back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I promise you, it was like
we took a couple shots.
Yeah,
we took a couple shots and we were like, same thing, House. I'm like, bitch, you broke my heart. She was like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
She was like, honestly, I want you to tell me where I hurt you so that I can
get a clear understanding.
And I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because it was never my intent. I know that sometimes it was just in that moment. It was her taking accountability without me even having to
and y'all knowing for real, because this is way before I even, because I got diagnosed with ADHD. So my impulsive acts played a lot of effect on different things because I just move without even sometimes thinking. And even just knowing that and knowing how I was able to move in the process of, okay, what I'm used to in a sense, but I gotta take myself back and understanding and just get people perspective. I need to know. So I won't step foot back into that place and we won't be here again, you know, in that aspect. So it was a lot of miscommunication and hurt and just a lot of different things. But when we addressed it and we got a clear understanding of what each person was feeling like and why the person was feeling the way they was feeling, it was just like, what the fuck? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. We realized how much we needed each other, even in that time of us not dealing with each other. And sometimes it's important to express that. Yeah. You know, we carry pride as individuals, as women. Men, I know they definitely that's all over. Okay. But even as women, you know, we were never the type of women to each other where there was like no type of competition or there was any type of superiority. Or there was never none of that. Yeah. So that was never any of our challenges where a lot of women deal with that in their relationships and their friendships. It was never none of that.
It was outside.
It was outside shit.
It was
outside influences, things that were going on. We didn't understand. I didn't understand why she would, you know, let people move. You know what I mean? I didn't. But at the same time, you got to get in a space where you're not that person. So if you're going to be a person for that person, you have to be willing to accept that person, flaws and all. Not saying accept bullshit or accept being disrespected or you know, but accept you have a responsibility in a relationship. Everybody has a responsibility for each other, for each other's feelings, for each other's mind, hearts, you know, their physical, to keep them safe. I'm not going to be the one to put you in harm's way because I wouldn't be your friend. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, I feel like we both in the moment questioned our responsibility for each other. But in the moment of reconciliation and seeing each other again, it was never a question. It was just like, we really just misunderstood each other. I knew where you were. I just didn't understand why, you know, why things were going on, why you were moving a certain type of way or da-da-da-da-da.
And that's
you know?
how I felt. Exactly how I felt. It was like, why was it moving in that direction? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, you know, suppressing your feelings or just whatever you was feeling at that moment. It was just like, okay, wait.
It was chaos. Your shit was chaotic and you didn't, you know, I was just learning coming back into our relationship that she was diagnosed with ADHD. So it made a lot of sense because I always be like, you're all over the fucking place. But knowing that there really is a reason, you know, behind that. Like she wasn't just moving funny. She was really in her mind fucking chaotic. Or there was chaos all the fucking time. So she's really trying to figure so many things out with no direction. You know what I'm saying? And no guidance. She's just going off of what every moving part is telling her she should be doing. And then she was like, but wait, and when she would be doing that and the shit wasn't panning out, she'd be like, but wait,
this ain't what
I want to be doing.
Being a people pleaser.
That part.
And in certain aspects too. And it's like, but then also I have a hard head too, because I'm like, I hear you, but then let me move the way I need to move for myself. But then sometimes that be that part that I just need to, you know, put to the side because 9 times out of 10, when I do things that I be thinking without addressing or even just praying about, I'm discombobulated. So I gotta.
But you're working on it, and that's one of the things that I do respect about you that's like, you will take accountability for your shit. You know what I mean? Because you realize it. Yeah. Not because you have to be told. And that's a big deal. A lot of times people have to be beating their head. That's why their relationships fade, because people are tired of having to keep telling you you're doing fucked up shit, or you're moving fucked up, and you don't do shit about it. You know, when you know, you're aware, and you're actually putting forth the effort, you know what I mean? You're taking accountability, and you want to do better, which makes it more appealing, makes you more attractive to receiving, you know, that love and that trust from the opposite end, you know, for a relationship. So that's one thing I tell you all the time, you know, I appreciate when you know, acknowledge your own. I don't like to have to be in situations where I gotta not necessarily hold a hand. I'm gonna hold your hand all the way through, but like tell you when you know you're wrong. It's like you know you're wrong.
And that's what I love about, you know? Yeah, and that's what I say I love about you, because with me knowing that, and it's like, she don't have to do much of anything other than, Tierra, you did wrong. Yeah. And it's like, I shouldn't have did that. And it'd be like, yeah, okay. Like, it's that dynamic. Always been that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like bitch, you baby, all of that. It's just like, that's not it. And I need you to hit me out.
You can do that if you want to, but I'm gonna tell you, this is what's gonna come with that. Right. And you gonna have to feel that shit.
And that's why I say I'm so sensitive of knowing certain, like, not just knowing certain things now. Yeah. It's like I don't even try to put that on you no more, because, and I'm not intentionally, but for just knowing, you know, when I do this, yeah. Oh yeah, and then now she's gonna have to move this way because I done did this, and it's like, come on, you're not doing it. I didn't see that play out before.
Is everything. Now. Yeah, that's how you know there's that mutual respect in the relationship. There's that consideration for each other's feelings, for each other's heart, you know, for each other's mind, because you know, you say some shit this way, bitch. I'm like, okay, well, it's this, and that's no, bitch, what the fuck is you doing backsliding? Because we on this, we not doing, we ain't on that type of time. Nah. So that's good though. I think that's good that we recognize that in each other. You know what I mean? Your accountability is beautiful. Like, that bitch be like, okay, I know, I was wrong.
Right, I didn't mess up. It's okay, but guess what? Let's get in the gym. That part, because that be the one.
That part, which brings it all fucking full circle, baby. Because when I tell you, when we linked back up, when we reconnected last year, July of last year, 2024. We immediately, like, I was so excited to tell her, girl, I built a gym in the back of the house. Like, she was like, what?
Literally.
I was like, girl, it's on. Like, we can really, she was getting back into her fitness shit. This gym became my sanctuary. It was really in like full completion a few months prior to my brother's passing. And I had been in here and I had just really dove into, you know, getting myself together. And this is, you know, long before his passing. I gained a lot of weight. I was stressed out during COVID time. You know, I lost one of my closest people, you know what I mean? So things was happening. Like,
but that all stirs back from just how your mental is messed up.
Trauma.
And spirit is messed up.
Spirit on low. The world was in shambles. Okay. You know, households was just fucking everything crashing and crumbling. It was a lot going on. And I dove in this bitch head first. I was like, fuck this shit. This space was the shed. And I was like, there's no point of having this empty space. I know that I need to get myself together. I was having all types of health issues, you know, inflammation, I had fluid. They was talking about taking the bitch knee out. It was crazy. You know, and I was like, what, early 40s or mid 30s, late 30s, you know, coming into my 40s. Yeah. So it's just like, life had to change hard. And this place for me was my therapy sessions. And I came in here and I got busy. And this is also where I connected with my brother who was a trainer most of his life. Used to train me, my mom, you know, very physically fit, very physically active in all scenes, martial arts, you know, he moved around country to country, but he lived in Bali for a very long time. He trained people from all around the world. Like, that was his passion. He was my top dog, you know, he was my influence and my motivator. When we started working, I used to be like, yo, my brother, you know, used to show me that, you know what I mean? And then
I met Chip in the gym.
He used to train us, you know, so this became the space where, you know, after his passing, his memorial, I got his pictures and stuff up on the wall. But this would be the place I would come to cry. I would come to scream. I would come to, release anything that I needed to try to release. And I started releasing like the fear of not being able to be happy again with myself. So I went to work and I hit the mat and I got to it. I hit that bitch hard and I lost a lot of weight and I felt really good about myself. Then we reconnected. And once we reconnected, it was like I had my partner back. I had my partner back. Like full on accountability partner.
Yeah.
Because we be on each other's ass, Kim, you gonna get all that candy? Why would you eat 2 crumble cookies? Because bitch, why would you introduce me to crumble? I never had crumble. No, I did have.
You introduced me to crumble. No, because
I introduced you to Jersey Mike's, bitch.
There's a difference. But I like that introduction. If I get some Jersey Mike's,
okay?
They know us at Jersey.
They know our orders and everything. But yeah, my niche or my vice was sweets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And she still be on my ass, but it's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
And I'll take it for what it is. It's not as.
I'll give you some grace
because it doesn't matter if she wants what she wants. She's gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it. I listen to her.
But ain't nobody say how much rice she was eating the other day.
What if this motherfucker will eat rice until fucking rice stops growing?
Rice and gravy, me please.
Crazy. Yeah,
I'm a country girl.
Yeah, so it's fucking starch, bitch.
I'm a country girl. I'll eat rice and corn.
Mm-hmm. I start pulling up nutrition facts. But anyway, I'm gonna call T. Anyway, let your ass have it.
I know I ain't gonna be eating no rice. I'm already ain't eating chicken. That's crazy.
Okay, so again, we things come back full circle, and here we are back in our space of healing and our space of therapy and physical wellness. I feel like we're probably in the best physical health of our lives, health wise. You know what I'm saying? We're getting back in shape. We're working on this every day. So we haven't actually at this point haven't really even set a final goal as to what it is we're trying to do.
We just doing it. It just became a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah. It's consistent now.
We feel crazy when we're not doing it.
I'm telling you, we do. And then we come back feeling like blimps.
Okay.
After we worked out for a couple of days, and then our thoughts are, girl, my energy off.
Okay.
I'm thrown off today. I'm out of the, because everything is so crazy. Everything gets thrown off when fitness and better health becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you sidetrack that shit or push it the fuck off, shit fucks you up mentally.
It does.
It fucks you up mentally. Then you start to look at your body changing quickly. And as women, we already got to deal with hormonal changes. Then we getting up there in age. She younger than me, but she ain't no motherfucking spring chicken.
Baby, and not like the first time.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm 2 kids.
She don't snap back like it used to. So,
yeah.
It's really become a lifestyle. And I'm grateful for that because it has really, really helped with my healing overall.
And mine.
Overall,
My medical.
Absolutely.
My doctor know me so well to the point it's like, you working out? Yeah. Stop taking that medicine.
Mm-hmm. And they needed it.
He like
from the time you started working back out.
Yeah,
you don't even
take
your medicine. I haven't needed it.
And very conscious of just what I'm putting in and how I just really work out on a regular basis. And y'all see me go. I like to jump. My thing is she can't stand it. But I love to jump for one of those reasons.
I can jump, but that running shit.
I'm like, like jumping up, like all that running and jumping and running and all that.
She like it. She a track star.
She likes the weights. So you see the balance, So we got to keep each other accountable.
You matter of fact, drop and give me 20 push-ups.
20 is crazy. 20 is crazy right now.
I don't see why not.
But why you gonna put me on blast like that? Because I feel like now I got to.
You ain't gonna do them?
Can I do like less?
You got to do less than 20 push-ups?
No, I just don't want to do that right now.
It's okay. I'll save it and it'll be 30 by the time we're finished. So,
and she got to do them too, so it don't even matter.
That's my jam.
Okay. Right. Then if you do two,
because I used to not be able to do them. So it's such an accomplishment.
It is a compliment. I tell you all the time. I'm like, you be dogging them jumps, but if I'm doing 20, you doing 20 lunges. 10 on each leg.
That's extreme.
No, it's not.
That's extreme.
What's the difference?
What do you mean?
You doing legs, I'm doing upper body.
I just told these people about my fucking knee. You gonna she's selfish when it comes to this shit because now she wants to force pain on me.
She did 200 burpees the other day.
She wants to force pain on me so that she can go ahead and hurry up and get more physically fit and be bad and shit. So it's time for us to be putting on our bathing suits. I'm still floppy because she done fucked my knee up and I'm in the hospital and I can't work out no more. And she been here getting it like,
y'all like
we
that.
Go to the beach.
Y'all like that story?
Yeah.
That ain't nah. She be trying to get out of it real bad. Your legs strong.
She hurt me so bad.
No, you do 10 on each leg. You be walking out.
Okay, we off that.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay.
So here we are again, back to being full circle. I feel like being in this space, like she said, sometimes when we irritated with each other, we don't even be wanting to fucking be. But coming in this space when we're irritated with each other, by the time we're done, we're laughing, kikiing, everything is everything because whatever it was has now been released. So this place, and I speak when I say this place, I'm not just directly this space, but this space, this mental space of us working out, wanting better for ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, wanting to be on this path of healing. Right. So we can be better people individually and more mindful of how we are with each other and other people around. We care about and love. So this space for us has definitely been probably the most beneficial and therapeutic space for our healing, I want to say. 110%. And I'm glad we got it, and I'm glad we reconnected, and I'm glad we're in a space where like we ain't got to talk about a whole lot of shit because we've always kind of been on the same wavelength. But like when it comes to this shit, this is natural.
This just comes.
This is a natural, you know.
It just comes,
and it works for us. It worked for us. It works for a lot of people around us because the deeper we get involved, we can kind of see how many people around us are involved or how many people, let us know that we've encouraged them, to get back in the gym or to do or just them watching how we connect and vibe with each other in this space because it's natural, it's organic. Like when we're in the workout element, all our shit comes out. Yep. So you never know what come out of our mouths. Yeah. We just raw. We are in our zone. This is our lane. This is our comfortable space,
Health and wellness.
Yeah, man. Being mindful, like makes us feel good. Like we feel good about ourselves after we got a good fucking workout in. Okay. We released some shit, especially we came in here stressed out or some shit was going on. Okay. And we got to get that off and we laughing. Now we figuring out the rest of our day because shit is good, Smooth. We thought it was gonna be all day, but this bit of mental strength that it takes to kind of overpower your emotions, overpower your physical blockages, where your mind is telling you, nah, you don't even really feel like it, where your mind can decide, you know what, the body may not feel like it, but I know what I need. Yeah. You know what I mean, to get my shit right. Yeah. And I think this has been a really, really, really great thing for us. I think that whatever it is, what God has for us, this is a foundation for us. We always find ourselves back in this space. You know what I mean?
This is our zone. Like I tell you, this is our playground.
Absolutely.
We come in here, what we doing today? We about to just pick up some weight and now all of a sudden, what we feeling like? Yeah. What we feeling like. It ain't even just the lane of where, we got to do this, we got to work this, or we got to work that. Mm-hmm. The ones that seen us on our journey, y'all seen just by what we already been doing. Mm-hmm. We dance more than anything in here. That's a workout within itself.
Stay active. You got to keep moving.
Okay, that's the goal. Is just keep moving.
You feel me?
Stop thinking about trying to lose this or trying to do that. Just keep moving.
Don't traumatize yourself.
Yeah, you should stress yourself out.
Make it fun. Find you somebody that, if it's hard for you to work out by yourself, find you somebody that you can really lock in with, and push you. Somebody, you could trust that's going to not let you slide when you're slipping, but coming from a genuine, loving place. I know it's hard to find that nowadays, and I'm sorry if y'all don't have that. We're going to try to be, virtually as much of that to y'all as we can. You know what I'm saying? Because we're still working on ourselves and building our relationship. It's a process every day. When you care about people, you have to move with them through their transitions in life. Right. You know what I'm saying? You may not necessarily always agree with everything, but you got to be prepared to support them through it and have their back and just be there in the case that they need you, you know? Yeah. Sometimes you have to take a step back and let people live and let people do, you know, can't live for everybody. You gotta live for you. And you gotta let people live and figure some shit out. But I think we're probably in, like I said, the better space that we've ever been in. You know? Yeah. we both grown a lot, you know. We've elevated in this realm a lot. We
so many accomplishments within the time frame.
Because it sure as hell wasn't all bad. Yeah. It was never all bad. Yeah. You know?
So it's been really great, even just for just the ones around us, like, and how we just when we pouring into what we love in this area and this dynamic of everything just comes so easy and so smooth. And that is literally the goal in life. It's just peace. Yep. Tranquility. Yep. You know, just that. Like, so, and the gym solidifies all of that. Like, every time like you said, we just, once we done, we got a nice sweat, boom. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. How we moving?
Life just seems so much easier after a workout. Ooh. Feel better about yourself. Okay. You know, once we push ourselves and do some shit we never did, or when we're working out because of, like, I've done things that I didn't think I was physically capable of doing. So that level of accomplishment, you know, I put you on a motherfucking a pedestal. You feeling like, okay, it's not too much that can stop me in life overall, you know? And it makes your drive a little more harder, a little faster. You hit the gas and you're feeling good about yourself.
And that's when you got to show up for yourself, because that's where it starts too. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just showing up for yourself. You be able to see the different ways and areas you can move and what you can do and what you didn't think you were able to do. It's like, dang. Mm-hmm. Hey, I just did that.
I know.
It's we can do some more. We can do this. We can go through that. Yeah, I went through that. Ain't nothing over here. We going this way.
Right. Us even talking about, it's funny just talking about push-ups. Girl, I could not, even the modified ones I used to struggle with, you know, just because getting my weight up. Yeah. Love me a good push-up.
Girl, push-ups I still don't like push-ups. I just don't like pushing my body up. I just don't. I feel like
I feel like as women, it's such a flex.
It is a flex.
When you can get in there with the men and
do a push-up. Don't mean it is a flex. Yeah. It is. Like, somebody say you do push-up, hell yeah, but
I do that.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't ask me to do a pull-up now. That's when
we gonna get that up.
I know my position.
Look. We gonna get that up. You gonna get that.
My lane as I want you so bad. Okay. Don't you worry. Mark my words. What's today? Yeah. What year we in? This time next year, I will be able to do some pull-ups.
Absolutely.
And muscle ups is the goal too.
Muscle ups. So you gotta be real.
We gotta speak things into existence. You right. Positivity, right?
Yeah. Can we just?
I say by next year.
Okay, okay.
We just have to be consistent with them.
Didn't we just talk about putting the time frame on things?
You feel pressure?
What the
fuck? Did I trigger your ADHD?
Because I'm saying,
I don't want you to be on.
We're not talking about these. We talking about these.
I said a year.
Okay, we can rock with that.
Yeah.
Now you talking about
this time
next year? Up?
I know. Because you know, when your children can do things.
That's the beauty.
And they just be killing them. I feel like I got something to prove. I'm mama big.
I think
I gotta do that.
You know what's so crazy?
What?
I really think that Tay finds anything very, he's happy with any accomplishment that you make when it comes to things that you don't even think you can do.
I agree with that.
Even you talking about a muscle up, that's cool and all. I just think even doing one pull-up, he would be going hold on. So we don't have to we can set the standard.
I feel like you don't believe we
can. I believe we can.
Like next year. We will be doing muscle ups next year. Don't exclude yourself.
We could do anything that we put our mind to.
Absolutely. So we'll be doing muscle ups by next year. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. That's what it is. So I think that was I feel actually, I don't know why. Probably because we never talked about even our falling out, let alone in front of people. Yeah. So I just feel like I feel like it's time to work out.
It is.
What you think? Jump talk, baby.
Oh, my watch did. I'm sitting here trying. You know the time. What time is it?
Don't worry about it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
But it was imperative that you knew who we are, what we were, where we came from. We're not perfect, but we're works in progress, and we're working every day to be better people. We are sisters by law, by love. We locked in, and we will be doing this. This is our lifestyle. This is what you will see from us. It is every day working to be better people, physically, mentally, emotionally, for ourselves, for our families, for our partners, for just in general. You know, we want to be solid, decent human beings, and it starts with us. It starts with how we're taking care of ourselves, what we're investing in ourselves, time. You know, the physical aspect, the mental aspect, because we all fucked up a little bit. We all a little bit fucked up, so we all trying to figure it out. It helps when you have a support system. Some of us are not, you know, as fortunate. A lot of people are out here on their own and they're struggling. So, you know, again, we're going to try to be as much as support for those that don't have that. Even just with our energy, we try to exude, you know, light and love, and give that back to people as much as we can. You know, in the way that we know how to, by just being our natural, organic selves. You know, no laughing through it,
no doubt,
no doubt. Okay. So we are your hosts of Gym Talk Podcast. This is the Ebony and Ivory story
production.
And there will be more to come. Make sure y'all stay tuned. You can check us out on YouTube. And yeah, anything else?
That's different.
She waxed asses too. So if y'all need y'all ass waxed,